Alrighty, morning everyone. I hope you enjoyed the last video about me scrapping down these couple of motors. We are now gonna tackle this thing. And it does look very interesting, but I don't really know what it is. So, as you can see, it's got screws here. These are just like Allen key screws. So we are gonna try to undo these first, which is hopefully gonna work, but it's not very likely gonna work. So if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna beat it with a hammer until it comes apart, basically. Yeah, that's always the plan if screws don't want to come out, because it's usually the easiest way when you look at how weird this is put together. So I mean, you can't really get an angle grinder in there or anything. So yeah, it's just gonna be that. This is some kind of almost rock-like material. So it feels like stone, it behaves like stone, it shatters if you hit it. So I'm gonna try hitting it, and we'll see how far that takes us. But I really hope that it's filled with copper. I'm gonna show you the underside of this, which is actually the top side, because this is where it's bolted on usually. And you can see some really thick brass plates there. So I would reckon that this thing is filled with hopefully something good. But we'll see. And if it's not gonna be very good, then I'm gonna be sad. But I'm definitely not gonna buy the other two that I could buy then. So yeah, we're gonna take this one apart. Hopefully it's gonna be good. And yeah, so let's get on with it. Okay, so I was able to remove these screws like really easily, which is surprising to me. But I figured something out. Look inside of these holes. They are golden inside, which means that this thing probably has like a massive plate of brass under it. And I definitely want to get to that. I sadly can't lift this up quite yet, so I probably have to undo some of these very rusty screws down there. So I'm gonna try that next. But we are definitely making good progress here, and I am really excited for what's under this thing, because it might be really, really good. So, well, let's figure that out. So I've turned the whole thing around now to take a look at what I didn't undo yet, so that I can lift up this bottom plate. But let me show you why I initially bought this thing. This here is all brass, and it's very thick. You can look inside of there, and it just goes on, you know? And this is something that is usually not used for a thing of that size that doesn't do anything, with a lot of voltage, a lot of amps, and I would reckon that this is hopefully completely full with either copper or brass, and I'm hopefully going to be able to recover that. But we are going to have to see about that. So I'm going to undo some screws, and then we'll meet up again, and we'll see how far we can take this without too much effort. Okay, wow, I literally just undid 4 bolts and we are already making a good amount of money. This is a solid copper plate. Didn't expect that. That was just connecting this to whatever is in this thing. And it had the same thing on the other side, and I'm very sad right now that we don't have the other side. But, like, that's great. I mean, this is really good. Like, I mean, that is just... yeah. Give me more of that. I hope we can recover some really good stuff out of this. This makes me very hopeful that this is a really good purchase. And we're hopefully gonna get the other ones as well. So, yeah, let's continue. Alright, people, we are struggling a bit here. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever scrapped. I mean, like, just look at it. I've been hitting it for like an hour straight. And I am weakening it. I do want to say that I am weakening it, but it's just so incredibly tough. So, let me tell you something. If you ever come across one of these, or any transformer type thing that looks like it's cast in Bakelite, stay away from it. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter what's inside it. It just, this is bad. Like, that's and I don't even know how to dispose of Bakelite, you know? I have to figure that out. I gotta call around a bit and see what you can do with this stuff, because, like, I've got a whole bucket of it, and I'm probably gonna get another full bucket of it. So, yeah. This really sucks. I hope I can get at least something out of it. I'm kind of concerned right now, because it looks like there's only a toroidal transformer in this. And that would suck, because I normally don't even scrap those, but I guess we are gonna do that today, if it is really one of them. So yeah, stay tuned, and I keep you updated what I get out of this. It's probably not gonna be very good, but I'm definitely gonna do my best. So here we go. So we made some progress. As you can see, this is the toroidal transformer that I was talking about, but there's also some other interesting stuff in this bloody awful thing. This here, what I thought would be solid copper going through this, that is actually wire. Very, very, very thick wire that is not really insulated. It's just had one wrapping of plastic foil around it. So I got some of that out, and I'm just throwing that into burnt copper because I'm not taking that off to get like berry or something like that. That's just not gonna happen. And we also got one of these big chunks of brass off of the bottom of this thing. There's still a lot on here. I can show you that right now. Yep, right there, still quite a bit. But yeah, we are slowly getting there, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. I can't take these screws off, so I'm just gonna get dirty brass for that. But that's alright. I'm simply, at this point, I'm simply doing it to show it to you that you shouldn't do stuff like that. So I've already made my loss, and I know that, but I can at least show you a little bit of how I'm doing this now, and yeah, so that you hopefully don't make the same mistake as I did. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, morning everyone. So I got that massive weird red box beaten apart. Was not worth it. Definitely not. So let me show you here. That's what we ended up with, a bucket full of artificial stones that can't be recycled. So yeah, Bakelite's just great stuff. At least it's not poisonous, but it's just like, you know, you can't recycle it, and it's just a mess to deal with. It's very hard stuff. And even though it is hard, it is also kind of flexible, so you can't just beat it apart with a hammer. You actually need a big hatchet, big wood chopping axe, and that works, but it takes a long time, and now my hand hurts quite a lot. So I'm not gonna do that ever again, and I would recommend you do the same. What did we get out of it? Well, not a whole lot. We got these white thingies. I showed you these before. These were inside of this massive red box that we had, that I had beaten apart. These are basically wires without insulation, just with a plastic wrap, so I'm just putting them into burnt copper, number 2 copper, whatever you want to call that, and they're gonna take that gladly because it's actually in there. Mulberry copper just had a wrapping of plastic around it, so that's not a big issue. What did we get besides that? I kind of covered it up with some stators that I have to sell. We got this stator out of it as well, but I can't recycle that because inside of it, it's not really like steel, it's also not ferrite. It is this weird kind of stuff that leaves just this glitter behind that you can see here when you beat it apart, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to breathe that in. I don't know what that is. So yeah, not gonna mess with that. But we also got these massive chunks of, well, I guess it's probably bronze, but I'm gonna sell it as brass, just because I don't have a bronze bucket. I'm gonna leave these screws in. I'm gonna get dirty for that, but that doesn't really matter because it's almost the same price at my yard. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We've got quite a bit of those. We got some like this, and some other bigger ones like this. So I reckon should be a pretty decent amount. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little video about me wasting my money. So yeah, please don't buy stuff like that. Just resist the urge of trying it. It's not worth it. So yeah, if you've got any questions or anything else, write it in the comments. Gladly gonna answer it, as always. And as always, I would also be very happy if you could rate this video with either a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever you want to do. And also, please subscribe to this channel so that we can continue to, well, do something, I guess. What do you even do with like people that subscribe to your channel? But I guess it's a good thing because everyone wants that, so please do that. I'll be very happy about that. And we are gonna go to the scrapyard now, and well, you already saw what we got in the last video, so that is what we got. Thank you very much for watching.